Welcome to Film Bites, the podcast where a lad and his dad talk about films they've just watched.
Apocalypse Clown.
When a mysterious technological blackout plunges Ireland into anarchy and chaos, a group of fair washed-up clowns are forced to traverse the country for one last shot at their dreams.
And that's it. Now, going into this film, I had some pretty high expectations, to be honest with you. I'm not a fan of clowns, never have been, even less so after this film. I've got to say that I think this is one of the worst films that I've seen in a very long time.
I can tell you for a fact it's one of the worst films. You know what, actually, no, it's the worst film that I've seen in my lifetime so far. I want to be nice. You know how I am with movies. You know how I am with anything. I like to be nice about things. But this movie just had no redeeming qualities apart from cinematography.
I mean, Film Bites, we try and do this as really, because we love film, we try and be as pretty fair as we can be on everything that we watch. But sometimes you just get a film that manages to, well, this single-handedly manages to annoy you, and it's not funny, unfortunately. I mean, full disclosure, I've never been a fan of Mrs. Brown's Boys.
No.
I can't get through a whole episode of it. Now, whether that's a thing with this type of humour, and I'm just detached from it, I don't know. But none of the jokes in this landed. It was, for a clown movie, and with a great title, I mean, the title is a great title, it's neither funny nor scary. I found the acting performances to be quite irritating.
Yep.
It's a script that feels like it was written on the fly.
Yeah, and any time they had a break, they'd just go, I had this idea in the middle of my break.
Yeah, or they've driven to a location. Right, let's just do a scene here. I mean, I don't feel like it was ad-libbed. I kind of hope it was, but I think if it was ad-libbed, it might have ended up being funnier than this. I mean, in terms of redeeming qualities, I will say that the cinematography, very good, very strong. With a better script and better dialogue. And
it could have had potential.
It really could. But it's a wafer-thin plot of an apocalypse or an apocalyptic event that supposedly happens in Ireland. But you just never get engaged in it. There were times when I just wanted to either turn away from the screen or get my phone out and play on a game.
Yeah.
Because it was just so difficult and painful to watch. I mean, even the music department's done a good job with what they had to work with.
It's all right.
The things that kind of are around this film are pretty good. But the film itself, wow, it is poor. So we've got acting performances. So David Earl as Bobo tries his best but has got nothing to work with. You've got Ivan Kay that plays the great Alfonso, who's been in some decent things, just ripping up the scenery and just doing nothing at all to further the role or his career. A blink and you'll miss it performance from Pollyanna McIntosh. Now, she must have been a friend of somebody to get involved with this because she is a hell of a lot better than what this film is.
She definitely has more compelling performances, and this one just was odd.
The woman, Walking Dead.
Yeah.
You know, she's a good actress. She's given nothing to work with in this, and I'd have asked to be cut out of it if I was her. It must really be one of those friendship roles.
It really feels like it. I mean, overall, there's just something about this movie that is more irritating than movies I've seen in the past. We've seen, I don't remember the name of it entirely, but what was it, From Where We Are in the Shadows or something?
What We Do in the Shadows.
What We Do in the Shadows. That was irritating because it went nowhere and it was just bland.
But that's got a cult audience, and you kind of understand why there's a cult audience.
Well, yes, but that's because of the things surrounding it as well as that kind of audience.
Yeah.
This is specifically centred in Ireland. It's got clowns. They're not particularly scary or funny, so you can't really go to those two particular groups.
And don't even look like clowns for most of it.
They don't. If anything, they look like mimes. But the thing is that whilst looking like mimes, they do nothing that is like mimes either. And I know it might sound like I'm being particularly nitpicky, but if you're going to name it Apocalypse Clown, well, you've got to show something that is going to be to do with clowns. Sure, the main few ensemble cast is clowns, but they don't do anything that's particularly driven in the sense of it being important. And then you've also got the apocalypse aspect of it, which is not even addressed in the movie until the very end. And the thing is that the reveal, and it's a reveal, is pretty boring. I think that a lot of the gags make you think they're supposed to be funnier than what they are. Some of them are just meant to make you feel like they're supposed to land and they don't. And there was one joke that we both looked at each other with thinking, we like dark humour. It's part of our, it's in our blood with this country.
Shit.
But the thing that was there was just like, well, why'd you do that? That there was no need for that. And it's been used in a narrative plot with other things. I won't say what it is, but there are movies like John Wick, there are movies that also use this element, that it's like, fair enough, there's a good reason for why we've just seen that on the screen. It's usually emotional impact or to make the audience more focused because something has happened. But what on earth was the decision in there? It was just done for the sake of it because we can do whatever.
I feel like it genuinely was a film. I don't know whether you did this at school, but back in the day you used to be able to write one line, then fold the paper over, write another line, and you actually made up a story through basically just random sentences. This film felt a lot like that.
Yeah.
It felt like the dialogue was patched together. The narrative really didn't go all the way through the film comfortably. We're expected to believe that in 36 hours the world has gone to hell, when, in all honesty, it's just not believable.
It's just Ireland,
So,
excluding the fire and the power lines being out, but that's about it.
It really is. I would have to say a total disappointment of a movie. I was really quite looking forward to it. I think it's got a great title. Even when the credits came up, I thought this could be good. And sadly, it just isn't.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I don't think I can recommend Apocalypse Cloud.
I just think that was 1 hour and 45 minutes of my life I unfortunately will not get back.
Agreed.
If you've enjoyed our podcast, please consider liking and subscribing for future episodes. Smash the like notification bell if you're on YouTube. Your support means the world to us. Please help us spread the word to grow the podcast. Until we meet again, film biters, we'll be watching. Will you?